red turns green. Is this that flip or the start of a scene? Every candle feels like a question. Every heartbeat bets on direction. I'm caught in the curve of the line, right on the edge of the sign. Oh, turn or trend, they've all been riding that swing to the very last, stand up and down. Again, are we in a storm or a perfect friend? Turn or trend, they both bend. I can feel it in the air like wind blow right through. Break then blend, I just wanna dance it out. Turn or trend, screen glow bright, midnight dance. One more move, one more chance. Stop lost tight, but my hope runs.
Hi guys. I'm having some kind of background feed. Give me a sound check, mic check, vibe check, please, all the way through. I want to make sure you guys are hearing me. Thumbs up on if you guys are hearing me. Make sure that it's all good. I don't know what the hell's going on with my mic and everything else. Let me see if I hear myself over here. Testing 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I do actually. Okay, it's broadcasting through. Hi guys. Good evening. Good afternoon. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Sound check, mic check, vibe check. Let's go. Hey Rob. No, I'm in live, so I can't talk. Can I call? It's okay. Can I call you back in when I'm done, about 10:30? Or you? Yeah, okay. No, it's okay. No problem. Okay, bye. All right, it sounds good. Everybody's good. You guys are seeing me okay? Vibe is good. All right. Hang on a second, guys. Give me a shot of my espresso. Okay. Let's go. All right, hang on. Let me just minimize this. Let me get this going. All right, so I'm super close, about $150 from getting this account funded, right? Today is the absolute last day. It's actually getting a short here. Let's do a short here. We have a short signal over here. Nice bear block over here off of the order block. I'm going to put my stop right above here. If we get killed, we get killed. It's fine. Oh, I'm on 2. Fuck, I'm on 2. This is why I hate rushing. God damn it, motherfucker. Fuck. I'm really trying to keep my volume proper, which is 1, 2, 4. And now I started on the wrong foot. Fuck. I hate rushing. God damn it. All right. Good morning. Welcome to my usual tirade as I screw up live, because I'm obviously rushing and trying to get everybody on stream here to the trades, and I screwed up my sequences here. I'm at 2 sequence. I should be at 1 sequence, so that means I'm too large, which really puts me in a shitty place right now, and I should be just out of this trade. I'm gonna fucking eat this trade. Completely unnecessary. Ugh, god damn it. All right, that's fine. I'm just gonna have to start all over again. This whole sequence just cost me about an hour's worth of work, which is totally unnecessary. But I'm not gonna get large. I'm gonna start with one sequence again because I've really been trading this account really disciplined, and I'm not gonna let this thing fucking tilt me into bullshit. I already had a couple of tilts yesterday that were totally unnecessary. So yeah, I'm gonna eat this, and now I'm gonna have to fucking rework this the other way around. All right, going back. I have to slowly earn this back. Fuck. So the other thing that I wanted to show you, this is another mistake that I'm making. That learn from my mistake here. This is the first buy signal against a very negative bear block move here. You know, it's been in force really since 734, and the much better trade, almost always going to make you money, is actually going the other way around. Right now, I'm basically trying to trade the classic white dot. Let me buy it. Let me trade the momentum up, the reversal, and it's working a little bit. So I'm just gonna take my profit here. But always the better trade, almost always, when you're using order blocks, which give you a incredibly interesting near-term control of the or near-term vision of the state of affairs, right? It's kind of like I'm using the order block as basically the weather meter, right? And it's still cloudy. The point being is that the shorts are the much more favored position than the longs. So one of the things that always works so much better is to sell the white dot, not buy the white dot, when it's the first one in a recovery sequence against the red block, and conversely, to buy the sell dot when it's the first one against the buy block sequence. Always works much better. So had I sold this, no slippage, would have been 15 points easy. I could have covered it. I did make a little bit of money out of this trade, but it was a much harder way to make money on the long side, and unnecessary, totally unnecessary. Now that we have a secondary green dot, that's not a bad idea. Now you can go long because now you sort of have a higher high, higher low, and you can trade the trend with a deeper degree of confidence than on the prior one, right? But on the first trade, it's much better to sell the dot than to buy the dot, which is one of the interesting things about. I'm just going to take this more. I'm just trying to recover my ass back from a stupid ass trade. Yeah, I know. Thanks, Christopher. I'm just annoyed because I was really locked in the zone, trading this so well. The combo of order blocks and dots is an absolutely unbeatable combo. It's such a powerful way of creating context. Here's the thing that people don't understand. When you're trading, there is no such thing as a strategy, right? There's actually just context within strategy. So sometimes a buy dot is a buy dot, and sometimes a buy dot is a sell dot. Sometimes a sell dot is a sell dot. Sometimes a sell dot is actually a great buy dot. If you move to that level of understanding, you are so far ahead of literally 99.9% of traders who can only think of signals as monolithic, when in fact they are multivariate and contextual, which is how life is generally, for all of us. Like, sometimes no means no, and sometimes no means yes. and you have to be subtle enough to understand that in the human language. So signals are the same thing. With order blocks, you have this incredible amplified contextual vision that helps you figure out when a buy dot is a buy dot and when a buy dot is a sell dot. And conversely, like let me show you. Let me take you to a replay mode here. Yeah, here's a good. Let's start with this replay mode because this is going to give us a whole idea. So I'm gonna replay mode, and we're going to get very likely, maybe not. I thought we are going to get a buy block. Wait, hold on. Maybe it's a little bit early. Yeah, here's a buy block. There's no buy blocks. I guess I was wrong. Okay, no buy block here. So this is not an example of where I want to show you. And there was like a whole bunch of songs. So let's try this maybe. All right, well, here's 2 o'clock in the morning, Asia session, by the way. A great time to trade because your stops and targets are so small that you can really, really control your risk. So here's a couple of buy blocks, right? This is the first sell signal that shows up after the buy block, and it's a great buy. You're buying 78. You have virtually no drawdown. It goes all the way up to like 89, 91, right? You're risking 0 for a plus 10 trade, right? Just a super, super great trade. Now, afterwards, it's already second, third signals, then it's not as interesting. But the first signal against a buy block condition or a first signal against a sell block condition is almost always a great fade signal. And it just creates, more opportunities for you to be able to find really, really high probability setups. All right, still operating on primarily on a bear block condition, a bearish sell block condition so far, but we're having a nice counter trend trade. And again, when you have a bear block condition, you really want to wait for the second dot, the higher dot, to kind of give you confidence that there is some juice left on that trade to the upside. Which order block indicator I use? This is the one I made for myself, and it'll be, I'll make it available to everybody pretty soon for my AI course. But you could use the one we used before. Hang on, what the hell was it? It was the Lux Algo one. Let me just find it for you guys. There's one that's public that's just perfectly okay. I think it's ICT order block. Where's Lux Algo? Is there a way to find to look up things by the developer rather than by? Let me see. Maybe it's order block. Well, this guy Mark Middleton created a perfect one. Here it is. Order block detector by Lux Algo. I really like this one. It's pretty good. Theirs is actually a little different from mine. That's actually interesting. See, theirs is actually kind of interesting. There's a buy block move selected because they're using volume. It's a little bit richer. They're using a volume meter as well, so they have actually more signals than I do. Actually, they don't have. I'm interested that they don't have a bear block signal here. That's interesting. Let me see if I see. They don't have bear block, but they have mine. They're all going to vary a little bit in terms of structure. Honestly, I really like mine, but the ICT one is, the Lux Algo one is not terrible. And here, you have a bullish block trade over here. So buying this purple candle perfectly, is perfectly okay, right? Like it really, really works well. So I missed this little short trade against this one. So I'm going to let it go because the cardinal rule of how I want to trade is I want to be in on the open. If I'm not in on the open, I don't want to be in the trade. unless the trade is, unless I can get at a better price than the open, because then it's just not worth it. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. We're just starting out 8 o'clock to 10:30, 11 o'clock today. We're gonna run dots against the ICT order blocks and try to clean up. Market is pretty negative. I mean, not horribly negative, but definitely negative. We broke the 28.9 over here again, basically just breaking that whole level continuously. And we're already below 29,000, like I thought we were going to be yesterday. So I think, we might have a little bit more downside price action. We'll see. Don't forget, today, I actually meant to tell you, do not forget this. We have, this is the final day of Apex. And we got to buy some Apex accounts right now. I'm actually going to buy one now, and I'll buy one at the end of the day, at the end of the session, for the NVIDIA trade tomorrow, so that we have like 50,000s ready. And I think what I'm going to do, let me find my authenticator. Um, 094450 09450. Shit. Sorry. 247. What I'm going to do is we're going to trade the I don't know if I think I'm going to, this time, guys, I am going to do trade of eights. I'm going to do trade of eights, 50K intraday trail, mainly because there's no DLL. I don't want a DLL on this particular trade. So I'm going to do 50K, this one. Be sure to use the word BK save, please. That way it gives you the biggest discount. See, it's only 29 bucks. All right, let me just take this off screen here for a sec. All right, cool. So now we have another account set up, and I'm going to do one more, and we're going to try and trade them one against the other. I'm going to try to trade S&P against NASDAQ tomorrow, because both are going to be very affected by the NVIDIA run. We're going to try and trade that on the news flow tomorrow. Okay, so that'll be the play. Keith says the ICT OB-V2. Which one is that, Keith? Like, who makes that? ICT OB. Oh, the ICT OB-V2. That's mine. That's mine, Keith. That's the one I just coded. Has less noise. Yeah, it does have a little bit less noise. The order block less. Okay, you know what? Let's do one more. There's another one. Mark Middleton made it. So let me try that one. I had it in my favorites. Let's see how he looks. It's in my favorites. Which one is that order block? Here, Mark Middleton, order blocks. He's got, okay, now I have to kill X Largo. Wow, he's got those are noisy as hell. What the fuck is that? Huh. Oh, his thing is kind of sucky, right? Is there another? Let's see if there's another order block. Honestly, this definitely sucks. That's a really bad order block version. The Lux Algo is good. They do have something proprietary, which I like, is that they're integrating volume inside of this thing, so their signals are pretty good. I mean, they're basically showing you. I mean, they are very, very noisy, much more noisier than mine, because they just basically almost every third, fourth bar they're creating an order block. But what's cool about them is that they kind of, mine is a little bit late. Theirs is very early. So if you sort of assume this is a buy order block condition, you can take some buy signals a little bit earlier. Let me just do one more. Let's just do one more search for order blocks. Let's see who else has got one. Order block. This is the detector by Lux Algo. How about Flux Charts? Let's see what he's like. He's got a lot of downloads. Volumizer. So he's also got volumizer. See, he's similar to mine. So he's nice. I mean, I like what he's got here. That's a sharp looking, because he's actually printing volume for you here. I kind of like this. Let's keep his. So if you guys want one, go for volumized order blocks by Flux Charts. That one you can put on. I think that's kind of nice. And then I'll put mine on against it, and you can see mine matches his. I like the fact that he's got no noise, and he's got the whole volume behind it. That's kind of cool. Let's do that one. ICT order blocks are the way that we have them written here is they signal sellers. See what happens here. Buyers got trapped. Basically, it's traps. Buyers got trapped here. Sellers got trapped here. So this becomes the sellers got completely stomped over here. The buyers bought them. This becomes a order buy block. The sellers got stomped here. This becomes a sell block. So it's bearish above, bullish below. The color determines the mood. The mood determines the context. Yeah, Andrew, this is just basically a complement to the dots. What it does is we're using the ICTs as a complement to give us better entries, more interesting entries, across the whole dot spectrum. We're interpreting dots against what the order blocks are showing us. So sometimes a dot is a buy, a sell dot is a buy, sometimes a sell dot is a sell. Like right now, this is sell dot is a sell right now because the dominant order block is the bear block. We have a lower, more or less a lower low here with a purple dot. Definitely worth a shot. So I'm going to sell this. Okay, so we're short against the high. Let's see if I can get any kind of movement here to done. And we're done. And that's a really, really great way of understanding how this whole scalp structure works. It's overcast. A bear block tells you, you want to be selling. It's negative. Then you want the dots to kind of align. So obviously you want a dot, and ideally you want the dot to be sort of lower than the prior dot. So this is a purple dot, lower than the prior purple dot. Slope is there. Boom, you take it nice and clean. That's a perfect dot scalp trade. It takes a whopping 20 seconds, and boom, you're done. You're done on the move. They don't all work out that fast and clean. But having that whole context really helps you, gives you lots and lots of confidence. Everybody following me at what we're doing here? Is it clear? Judith, how are you? It's pretty cool, right? So we're using, for your purposes, you can use volumized order blocks by Flux Charts. I kind of like these much the best because he's actually integrated live trading volume into this thing, which is really, really nice. And it matches my logic really well because it says the bear block is my version of it. It just simply says it, on the thing. So they're just useful context clues to everything. All right, guys, hang out for a sec. I'm gonna let's see if I can tell me if the music. Let's see if the music plays well, man. No, I'm getting like. Why am I getting like a double? I'm getting a reverb on the music, right? Really, really weird. I don't know why I'm getting a reverb on the music. All right. Anyways, I'll be right back. I got to go get some drinks. Everybody chill out. I'll see you in just one sec. Oops. All right, I'm back. We have a buy signal, but here's the thing. This is what I want to share with you. The dominant condition is still a sell block, right? A bear block. This is the first buy signal on a turn. I prefer to sell this rather than buy this, right? Let's see if I'm right on this. But the idea is that the first buy out of a turn likely going to be a better sell than it is a buy. Oh, see, it totally came down on the other side. So let's see. But now, so now I'm going to just basically hold against here. It's probably going to stop me out. This is the one time where it just dipped below. But it's fine. If this, I don't care if this stops me out, because I will now. If this comes back and holds a green dot, that's a legitimate buy signal, because now we have a higher high on the buy, and I'm perfectly happy to take it the other way around. I'm going to take it the other way around. And now I'm going to hold it underneath here, because now we sort of established that maybe we have a buy condition. That's a better buy condition. It disappears on me. Fuck. I should have waited. Now I'm going to get eaten both sides. See, I wasn't patient enough. This actually did retrace. I just sort of got spooked out by this thing. This did retrace to the downside. The problem was this sort of buy, just if this ended up here, it would have been a great sell, but it wasn't. And then I rushed myself into the buy condition, even though I didn't wait for the dot. So now we have to, now I'm in a very, very bad position. No dot, badly executed. Probably going to eat this trade on bad execution, but learn from my mistake. Don't rush the setup. See, now it goes back the other way around, and it was a much stronger sell than it was a buy at this point. All right, we're gonna come back down to 1. I'm gonna have to recover, and we're not gonna commit until the dot holds the candle. So now the dot does hold the candle. This is a classic. Let me shake you out of a trade before I resume the upside move. So let's see if we're going to get this move upside the other way around. Oh, shitty executions. Yeah, I'm taking this trade back, but just really, really bad execution on my part. I got shaken out. Big dip. That's fine. The dip was legit, but I shouldn't have taken the secondary trade. But it's fine. You see me recovering. Now we have a buy condition. Now a green dot is a positive signal for us, not a negative one. We're operating always on the most recent block. So this block is obviously much more recent than this one. This block appeared at 828. So now it's worth it for us to consider long positions. Or if we get a red dot signal, that's going to be a buy signal for us, not a sell signal. We're using this one called volumized order blocks by Flux Charts, which I kind of really like. It's basically sending the exact same signals as mine, but it also gives us like this whole volume context, which looks really nice on the charts. Not as noisy. Nice and clean. Also, we'll take a look. We'll start doing some wealth charts trading as well. Wait, hold on a second. I want to go long. Okay. Shit. Sorry, I'm late on this thing. I was watching something. So here I want to be underneath this candle. One of the things I really like about wealth charts is it tells you exactly the everything on the chart, like, you know, right then and there. So you can totally keep a track of where the target is, where the structure is, and we're going to go hit flatten. Nice. We're done. We're nicely done on that trade. Let me organize myself here because I forgot to save the settings. Here's what I want to do. On wealth charts, this is what I like to do is my original setting. 80, which is 20 target, 25 stop, just a slightly negative risk reward on the first one to give myself a better adjustment. Then I need to reorganize these things. I want this one to be micro, this one to be mini, apply, and then I want to save all this. I forgot to save it. Okay, so now I'm in the right structure. Okay, so this account is cooking nicely towards, this is already a funded account, so we're trying to run this to 53,000, and it's working very well. And you see, by the way, how I missed all, you know, I took a buy trade on the other account, but you can see how the buy order block was informing us that the buy dots are going to be good probability trades, right? That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's where the value is all of this stuff, in all of this stuff. Oh my God. I can't believe I'm starting to sneeze again. But yeah, this would have been a really nice run. I totally, you know, had I taken it on this trade, this would have been like a 34 point run. Okay, so here's another order block. Now mine comes in as an order block, but the volumized is not quite confirming it, but that's fine. So we just keep running. I missed this trade, so we're gonna let it go. But this was a nice look at it. Look how clean this was as far as a recovery mode. And now we're obviously, you know, we're running into the sell order block over here, but we don't care because this one is much further back. The one that informs your direction is the most recent one, and the most recent one is telling you everything is a buy. Judith says the order block seems to help her. Yeah, it definitely helps. It helps because it establishes context, and context is very important. It gives you confidence as when you want to take the trade and when you don't want to take the trade. It also gives you opportunities to take more trades when you have the proper context, right? When the context is there, you can take much more than just the first or the second dot, as long as the order blocks, you know, stay in place. Oh my God! Sorry, guys. Do we have any news today? I haven't even looked. Let's see. Well, we can look over here. What's going on over here? What's on the headlines? German Chancellor Merz, we must be careful that debt does not rise too much. Blah 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 blah. Forces have redirected 88 commercial. Maybe we are doing the German. Okay, calendar. Wow, look at the employment change. Jesus, UK. Holy shit. Employment change. ADP looks good. Besant, pending home sales. Not much. Not much on the calendar, guys. Oh, you know what? I didn't realize this. This is kind of cool. Does this have a dark view? Oh, I can't tell. What is calendar? Huh. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a dark view, and that's a light view. Nice. Nice. Okay. Okay, market's slowing down a little bit. Sellers coming in to hold off against that sell order block. I don't use I haven't really thought through the possibilities of a setup against some older, resistance level like the sell order block. So it's not I'm basically using them as support levels, both from the buy side and the sell side. So I'm not looking at oh, there was an old sell block. Maybe we should short in front of that, because I don't know how valuable that idea is. Good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. Oh, everybody's crawling into the room. Yes, 8:45. I love starting early. Lots and lots to trade for us. Here we are coming down. So here's what I was going to say to you. The trade that we want, if this thing comes down, if we get a red dot against this bull block, it's a buy for us. It's kind of an inverse trade, right? So we'll see if that occurs. It gives us a chance to trade that. Oh, getting a nice big buy that. So this is a trade we love. We call that disappointment trade, where the sellers try to push it lower and the buyers completely swamp them. This is kind of an engulfing candle, right? It's a dot engulfing candle. It engulfs the yellow candle completely. If that holds, and the big thing is it's got to hold, we're buyers. Not holding. Now holding. All right, we're buyers. A little bit too high on the buy side, but still not bad. All right, I'm underneath here. Let's see if we can get any kind of traction on the move here. Oh. The buy burst not working. So we're probably gonna get a reverse signal soon, and if we do, we'll take it. Um, this trade gets stopped out. Just didn't have enough juice here. Came in at 27, basically 10 points, and just totally reversed. Still positive slope, so really not any serious sell signals here. Yeah, it could be. You could. I mean, this could just be um, consolidation. We just get clipped out on the consolidation. Let's see where the next dot goes. Slope's negative, coming back up. If we get a green dot, we're going to go back into it. It's a confirmation. It's gone the other way. This was, shakeout move. So we will trade the green dot if it comes in. 27 seconds left. Dot doesn't hold. "45 minutes to the open." So here comes this is an interesting moment of truth. We're gonna try and do this, see if it works again, which is that this is the first red dot against a green order block, and if it closes on a red dot, I'm going to assume it's a buy, not a sell. It could flush me down, but most of the time, this is actually a buy, not a sell. Really quiet. Not much going on in price action here. Okay, let's give it a shot. See if I'm right on this, but it's going to be a small bounce. I'm going to see if I can just get this bounce over here. Pretty much underneath the white is my target. It was not a very deep sell-off, so I don't know if we're going to be able to get the pop. But let's see if the first move here is a pop. No, doesn't look like it. Looks like this. Oh, no. Oh, and I was right. Okay, cool. So yeah, that little handicap really does work. It's the fake out move that works. Now we're going to go long because now it's legit buy signal. Although how much more I'm going to get here, I'm not sure. So we're going to stay underneath here. See if I can get another move here to the upside. Come on, baby. There we go. Come on. I wanted like 10 or 12 points. I just wanted to scalp that back out. So one of the things the reason why I was very cautious to just take a quick scalp here is because if you look at this dot, is actually lower than the prior dot. I don't love it, but now it's kind of reestablishing the move. But you see, the really good trade was the fake out, was the red that kind of faked you out. You bought this against the green order block, and it totally turned around. Hey, Donald, how are you? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Anybody take the red dot with me on the reversal trade? Yes, no? So was it Michael was saying basically that, hey, we're running into this red order block. You want to be, maybe what you want to do is wait till the price action clears it, which is not a bad idea. Like, we sort of traded into it, but you really want the price action to kind of blow past it. And if it does, then maybe the green dot here is going to be really worthwhile. That first opposite move dot, on the order block trade, it's a really, really good trade most of the time. Usually very little drawdown, and like if you're sort of into high risk reward ratios, you could probably get a, like really you had like basically a 5-point risk. You put a 5-point stop, you had a 12. What was it? Let's say you bought this 13. Yeah, you had a 15. It's a 3-to-1 risk reward ratio. You could just do those trades, 5 stop, 15 target, and you'll probably that's all you need for for your daily bread. There's like one every hour probably coming up. See, like 2-3 hours of 3-to-1 trades. You don't need much. You could totally flip it around. Even if you were doing 1 to 2, 10 down, 20 up, you'd still be in great shape. Really good trade. But see how we're just this sell order block is really, really holding us down until we either going to clear this or not. We'll have to see. Yeah, you could. I mean, this is basically, yes, telling you that this is it's a resistance or a selling zone, right? This is a buying zone over here. We're operating on what's the most recent signal from the order blocks is the buying zone. The dots give us the signals, and we take off from there. They're basically there for context. Again, that's the value of the whole thing. As Kenny Rogers said, you got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them. This is what helps you do that. Oh. I'm glad you like them, Michael. All right. Getting another buy dot over here, small risk. We'll take it. If it holds. Price action generally been very, very tight. It's been basically 39. It's basically a 40-point range from 8, well, really for the last 25 minutes. We've been very fortunate to play this correctly. Well, we got clipped on this one, right? But then we were able to reverse ourselves on this one, completely recover, and then make a little bit of money on the upside. Guys, don't forget, today we're going to trade gold and NASDAQ in Asia session, 7 o'clock tonight. So with our friends from Ola. But right now, go get some Apex accounts like I did. I'm gonna get a second one before the end of the session today. Here's the Apex link. How do I trade in the 1 minute chart? We have the map. We have the indicators. We create our own indicators. We take our signals, and we try to follow our rules most of the time. When I start cursing is when we stop following my rules, and I start screwing up. All right, Michael, see, like that whole sell zone, they really don't want to hold it. You know, it's interesting, right? You kind of almost see it. They are really holding it back. More sellers coming in. But a very quiet fashion. Let's see what's in that. Let's see if there's any news headlines, by the way. Let's see what's on TweetDeck. Oh. Oh my God. Trying to see what this guy on negotiations, it becomes much easier to justify broader because I already saw this regime is fundamentally non-negotiable. Huh. All right, sell dot in play here, but this is already second, so this is actually going to be, we're going to take this sell signal if it plays out. If it holds. 35 seconds on the clock. All right, I'm on the ask. We're going to be against this candle here. See if we can get any kind of traction. Get a little bit of movement here. Taking a quick scalp again because it's actually, I thought it was getting closer to 9:30. It's actually not, but whatever. It's just tiny little clips. So I'll just whittle away. Be right back, guys. Look, we're doing nothing, right? It's totally range bound, pretty much random price action. We're just trying to extract the tiniest of directional edge from this by being very, very tactical. That's all it is. We are literally making lemonade out of lemons. Not much, movement, but we're very much on the right side of whatever movement there is. We're on the right side of that, right? Laying this out on the offer, getting good execution, then trying to just cover it for a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio. My settings on Apex. What do you mean by my settings on Apex? This is standard out of the box dots against. You can use volumized order blocks. That's all. The volumized order blocks are just there to show you where the buy and the sell zones are. But the dot candles are just simply straight up there. Out of the box settings. Nothing complicated. We're just looking for any directional moves here. So the sell conditions are kind of extending a little bit here, but very quiet. If I was patient, which of course, goes to if I wasn't me, I would have been patient enough to hold it all the way down here to but I held it to 14 and went all the way down to 7. All right, probably 10 would have been the right hold. I just don't have the patience to hold it. But we take what we can get right now. As you guys can see, basically, it's just a pure range-based structure over here. And we're just stuck in this range for now. So we managed while the range has been very, very tight, and why this is such a good setup is we managed to actually make a little bit of money out of this thing despite all this difficulty of range. We took this to the buy side, made money over here. We took this to the buy side, got stopped out, then made money over here to the reverse, and then we took this one to the sell side, the other way, and made a little bit of money over here. And now it's starting to break the range. So you can see how even in a very, very tight range, as long as you're following the dots and you're following the structure, you can extract small profits. Now imagine if we had a nice big move, we would have really, really nice profits. Good morning, everybody. Who's trading with me from someplace we've never talked to? Who's new in the room here? Come say hi to me. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me where you're trading from. It's a quiet Tuesday morning, so we're just trying to scalp what we can. I'll be right back, guys. We're just gonna stay tight here. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. That was an espresso refill. Still tight, man. We're still in that tiny little range. Nothing going on here. So nothing going on. Nothing much for us to do there. Good morning, Temtem. Malta. That's nice. Where you from, Abdel? All right, more selling, still within range. We'll take this trade, just because it's I mean it's not great, but it's not terrible. Still have this whole sell block's pretty much dominating trade. So let's see if this is going to be good enough for us to get any kind of a scalp done. 6 on the offer. Join ask. All right, in the trade. Boom against this. Another quick scalp just because I have zero patience, but you see me working it back. Let's see how the market open shows up. Oh, look at that! I should have stayed. I should have held it. But you see how here's the sell block dominating the selling. Dots start populating. You just take the dots. Now there's a new bear block on my indicator, not on the volumized. So it tells you that we know that we were in the right direction. Now selling kind of starting to accelerate. The question is, I don't know, they're going to try to accelerate it into the open. This is the London low at 831. I think they're going to break 2800. Where's Astrologer? Astrologer, are you in today? Are we going to take 28.8? Trading from Greece. Oh, nice. Are you on the islands? Are you in Mykonos? Oh, Algeria. Wow. Algeria. North Africa. That's actually like another cool place to go visit. All of North Africa. I bet that would be a really, really fun trip. When I was in Portugal a couple of years ago, you could actually see Africa from across Portugal on the southern coast of Portugal. It's unbelievable how close it is. There we go. Selling starting to really accelerate. We should have pressed the selling here, but honestly, I missed this. This is a great example of me not really focusing. So we had the sell block. We had the red dot. We should have taken this trade. I should have taken this trade. Big acceleration. Yep, lots of volume on the sell here, right? I wonder why the flux charts is not showing the sell signal here. Interesting. Like maybe there's a oh. Add London session lows here. So when we get into these kind of modes, the temptation is always try to find a turn, but the much better trade usually is to try to sell the retrace, or even continuity here. This is pretty well stretched from the moving average. If we get a, this is another trade I like to do in these type of conditions. See if it works. Is if we get a blue dot, which is kind of like, hey, the buyers are stepping in, but it's against a very recent bear block segment. I actually like selling that. That's just says to you that this is probably a really good retrace level to sell against. There's a lot of, price action is a lot of bluffing. There's the whole thing with price action in trying to really handicap it well is you got to figure out when the price is lying and when the price is real. I mean, that's obvious, but it's a real that's the art. And the indicators really kind of help you figure out when there's bluff and when there's real. So if you get a blue candle in this condition, that's pretty much a bluff against most of this selling conditions. Like if this thing goes blue, somewhere around here, it's probably going to be a decent sell trade for us. $30 seconds left. I got a bad fill because this was I just rushed the trade. All right, I got a bad fill. Probably doesn't matter. We'll hit a very tight stop against this. If it breaks my stop, we will reconvene a short trade at a better price, better volume, higher. Just if I get the bad execution, we will reconvene it. No, USA, I'm short here. I'm short this move here because my argument is that this is, in these type of conditions, this is a better retrace trade. And you see, it was a better retrace trade. Again, this is like spotting the bluff, right? The bluff was that it was going to be a turn, but in fact, it was always a sell. Well, that's where I think the order blocks really help us figure out if it's a bluff or a move. And what I'm saying to you is if you had a big red overhang over here, you had the blue move, the first blue move almost always is actually a bluff, right? I got a bad execution, but I still managed to resolve that trade positively. Like, I think the really cool thing here is, I hope you guys are starting to see it, is that this is scalping at a whole different level. It's much more sophisticated, much more nuanced. It helps you, isolate better quality trades. And if you're locked in, you can really start clipping it. I'm clearly not locked in this morning. I'm clearly dicking around. All right, this is second blue candle. This one will let go. But if you're super aggressive, it's probably not a horrendous idea to want to short this. But this could be a V-shaped move, so I will let it go. And a much more interesting trade here is going to be a white dot. Remember I said to you the first white dot against a counter trend bear block is a really good sell condition. Is a better sell condition than it is a buy condition. So let's see if we get a white dot here over the next candle or two. So then we're going to get a V-shaped move here back to the 900. Maybe that'll be a sell. Let's see what the news is saying. Striking what? What are they talking about? Got silver down a lot, huh? So fresh London session low around 830, 28, 830. We'll see if they want to run the 2800, 28, 800. Okay, here comes a white dot if we get it. And I'm going to make the argument that it's probably going to be a better sell than it is a buy. But so far, we don't even get the dot yet. This is not a green zone. This is like it's a green zone way back. Look how far back that goes. Where's that green zone even starting? I don't even know where it's starting. I don't even know what that is. See if I can delete this. This is a Lux Algo. Oh, I know. I think maybe. What if we make it 10? Yeah, that takes away Lux Algo. I put the Lux Algo back on because the other one just doesn't seem to like Lux Algo. At least always gives me some zones. The other one was kind of weird. Where's the Lux Algo zones? Yeah, this one is over here. So it's a really far zone here, over here. I think, I started using Lux Algo as my first one. I'm probably going to stick to that as my backup because all the other ones just don't seem to really write the order blocks the way they're supposed to. Lux Algo is writing an order block over here on this big one off the volume. Switch what off, Keith? Switch what off, Keith? The bottom green section? Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know where that's coming from. Like I don't even know why it sits here and where it goes. It doesn't let you switch anything off here. We're getting a little bit of a selling signal here. 20 seconds left. Right into the lows, but not holding just yet. So, gotta let it go. So my instinct was right that if this was a white, the only reason why this was not a sell was because this just didn't extend it to becoming a white dot. But if you look at this green candle against this whole red zone, that was a great sell. 75 all the way down to like 50. You had 25 points to the downside. Would have been a perfect sell. And you just didn't get the dot. So that happens. There's no news today. By the way, those of you guys who are interested who are asking me about the code, did I code these order blocks? My AI course, I created a tool where I didn't code any of this stuff. I literally just asked it, oh, we got to sell. We got to sell here. All right, let's trade the sell here, see if we can get the move. Boom, 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 boom. And nice. We clip it back. On the move. What time is it? We got about 10 minutes to the open. All right, we'll just hang tight on the open. Yeah, Keith, I really like, I wish I could get rid of these Lux Algo order blocks. They're kind of annoying to the buy side. I don't know how it doesn't, this just doesn't have the customization that I wanted. But anyways, the point that I was going to say to you is that this order block indicator that I did not build this. It was literally a single button. You just say, I want an order block indicator, and it built it for me. So I'm going to be able to give you that functionality with anything and everything that you want. You're going to be able to build any indicator you want and then test it in any way you want it without ever having to know any coding. It's really, really cool. Can't wait to, it's probably going to be end of the month, but I can't wait to show you the AI course. I hope that's something you guys like. You think you guys would want something like that? Like a totally non-technical tool that lets you create any indicator you want on TradingView with one click of a button, no errors, and then customize it any way you like it. Is it a +1? Yeah. And then even better, take that indicator and then have Claude analyze it for you and tell you what's working, what's not working, what's the best way to trade this particular indicator, and under which conditions and which tools and everything else. Okay. Will it work with GPT? Yes, it works. The code, you can press a button and it says code it in Claude or code it in GPT, either one. Really, really cool. So hopefully I will have that ready for you by the end of the month. And it will be really, really cool, Ben, when and if Well Charts goes open source on their code, might be able to create your own indicators on Well Charts that way, which will be awesome. All right, we're just chilling. 7 minutes to the open. Markets. Oh, by the way, hey, astrologer is not here today. We took out the 2800. Did I not tell you we're going to take? Did we not take it out? How far did we go down? Not quite. We just popped it, below, and then popped it above. Typical, test of the OO strategies here. I think we drift lower today. Honestly, guys, markets feel like they're a little tired. There's nothing new in the Middle East so far. And it just, it looks like the path of least resistance to the downside right now. Profit taking, no news. But of course, IRGC agrees to give up all of its nuclear weapons. Boom, we get a 500-point rally. I just don't think I'm going to hold my breath against that. First test is a trade. You took that, so you get in front of it, right? Yeah. All right, 5 seconds left. 5 seconds left on the clock. We're not taking this trade because it's 5 minutes before the open, so I don't want to trade in front of the open volatility. But let's see what happens after, on the open. I think we run lower levels. I think London is actually below Asia. Yeah, London is below Asia. So this is going to be interesting. I think if we have a negative day, like a really interesting way to look at this is here. Let me go. I wonder if we can do this. If I can do this like this. I don't think I can. Yeah, here it is. So here's Asia. Here's London. If we have a really negative day, New York will be like over here. Like a much lower. So that's pretty unusual to have rectangle, 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 lower, right? All three. That's kind of a strong consensus view of what's going on here. Oh man, what happened to all my? Let me get rid of this and reapply it. It works most of the time, 60% of the time, right? I love that. Where's that meme? Gotta go find that meme from Anchorman. It works all the time, 60% of the time. I love that meme. 60% of the time, it works all the time. I love that. What was that? Order block Dector changed the vol pivot length to 10. Which order block? I did change the vol pivot to 10. Are you talking about Lux Algo? The Lux Algo one? Which order block indicator are you referring to? Order block Dector change? Oh, so Lux Algo. Yeah, I did that. Like, and it still was kind of doing this order block. This one, order block detector. Oh, order block detector, right? And if you go to 10, which I did, yeah, for some reason, like it was, I don't know why it leaves these, the buy signals on here. I think you have to delete it, put it back on. Switched off the others. What did you switch off here? What did you switch off? Is that it? Is there any other settings you made? All right, guys, we are 1 minute away from the open. Market bouncing off the lows here. my vibe is whatever rally we have, it's gonna be followed by a sell-off, but we'll see. Market open trade. See, it's still got that green thing over here. We'll try to keep the charts pretty clean here. Market popping. There's a New York session. We're opening up. Big rally, big rally, big rally through 900. Yeah. I always think that like the opening candle is a great straddle candle. Like we could always go long S&P or long Nasdaq, short S&P on these candles, and that candle alone is good enough to look at this. It's a 100-point candle. Really, really massive move here. We got to do that. We got to do the just opening candle straddle trade. It doesn't work every day, but it works a lot of days. Definitely gets you funded very, very quickly if you can do it. So there we go. There come the sirens. It becomes a buy block for us, obviously, because now everything is super, super strong. Too big a candle for me to trade this. The risks are just really, really wide. So I'm gonna stay patient here, wait for the volatility to compress, and see what we got left on the calendar here. But one interesting possibility here for us is over the next couple of candles is once we start, clearly the market decided, to buy the open. Generally, once the open starts to consolidate, and we get the first red dot against a buy block, we're going to be able to buy that. Oh, God. Sorry, guys. So much prediction for my prediction the market was going to be weak. That's why we trade price action, not prediction. Wow, look at that! Look at that pump. It's a 100-point pump on the open. Through the VWAP too. Sellers coming in, yellow candle telling us a little bit of selling pressure on the dump. Again, if this thing starts to sharply sell off and give me a sell dot, I want to be a buyer of that sell dot. No. Coming down to the moving average here. Let's see what they want to do. First 5 minutes of the open. We had a 847 to 150 point move. Just a massive burst of buying. We're getting a engulfing dot here. Oh, I'm late. I was just like, I really want to buy this, but too late. I'm chasing this. Too late. Really wanted to buy it. Sorry, I was just kind of like got lulled into this trade. This was a really classic runner trade where the dot engulfs the yellow. Usually, almost always a good continuation trade. I guess they want to run all the way to the London session highs, man. Wow. You snooze, you lose. The great thing about scalping, though, is there'll always be another trade coming up. Boom, secondary buy signal. Wow, another big buy block. All right. Let's see how this one trades. I'm going to take this trade if it holds as a green dot because it's got a confirm on a buy block. And it's, this is like super hard to buy the highs, but this is often the best trade there is. 19 seconds left. Let's see if the dot holds. Nope, doesn't hold. No trade. Market consolidating. May come down a little bit. Coming back to the moving average with consolidation. Let's see what happens. New York is actually inside the London range. And given the way it's shaping up, it feels like they want to run the highs. So let's stay focused. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, I know. FOMO is tickling all of us. Let's see if this gives us a dot here. I like my new expression, the engulfing dot. That's like a perfect description of what what the dots do. Like when you get this is an engulfing dot right over here. It's actually much better than the disappointment trade. You know, this is the engulfing dot. It sounds so much more professional. This is the engulfing, the bearish engulfing dot. See that? Blue against this red. That's the bearish engulfing dot. It's cool, right? You can really, really see it. Oh, man. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. I got to sneeze like a banshee. Oh, fuck. I don't know why allergies are starting to really kill me, but they're starting to kill me. That's my own version of the ICT order block that I just printed myself. But you guys can use the Lux Algo one, which is somehow not working on this one. Why is this not fucking working? Oh, because I put it to 10, maybe. All right. So remember what I said. The first red dot, like right now, against what was a buy condition, is more of a buy than it is a sell. Let's see if I'm right on this one. So we're getting a red dot. 45 seconds left. Got to hold your fire until it closes. See if I want to be a buyer here on the close. "21 seconds left. All right, I'm long here. Unfortunately, not. Well, maybe we'll see. Let's see if it's going to give me the bounce. Right there. And it is. And it is. And we do bounce. And the bluff works one more time, right? We just had to hold. I mean, it raced back up off the lows. I was kind of, oh shit, I bought the lows. But I held the lows and it got the bounce. And that whole trade, like I said to you, really high probability. Really helps the P&L. Okay, that was good. Now we just simply wait and see what happens next. Basically, we ran it up 150 points. Now we're going to try to run it back down to the lows, and then or near lows, and then try to rerun it. We'll see. It's much more range bound now. You took it early and it resolved. English. I'm trading my TradeOvate account today, so that's why there's no well charts. I'm just trying to run this TradeOvate account towards target, and I wanted to do it from start to finish, so you guys could actually see the whole sequence of trades. Well, we can switch over to well charts now. So far, I mean, this like now there isn't not much anything going on over here. Does well charts have order blocks? Where's the indicators? Add indicators. Nope. No order blocks, right? Maybe ICT. Nope. Two seconds. So we're going to sell this over here on this account. I got to put the stop right above here. It's a big stop, big volatility move. Let's see if I can resolve this trade. That's a big ass volatility move. Jesus Christ. Is there news? No, it's not news. 45. No, just a lot of volatility. This is just the first 15 minutes of vol. That's why I didn't want to do it in the trade of it. I wanted to give myself a little room here on the vol here. Let's see if you get any movement. Now it's gonna eat me here. It's gonna eat my trade. Oh, Jesus, what up? I gotta be super fast on these things. All right, I'm gonna take it. Too much vol here. I'll take whatever P&L I can get because it's really racing up and down. We managed to escape this trap, but it was a sell trade. It was just a huge amount of vol up and down. Although probably now it's going to crash. But let's see what happens near the session lows. Yeah, there it is. Finally starting to crash a little bit. So I took this trade in well charts, managed to kind of resolve it positively, but had I been more patient, we could have had a lot more movement here. I just wimped out. Look at that. Oh, look at this. Look at me selling so early. Look at that move. All right, we're approaching London session, New York session lows again. Complete the V-shaped reversal here. But what's interesting, and we don't have any real input from the, we just have this order buy block over here. What'll be interesting to see is if they hold it and do a higher low. You can't keep your trades more longer than 20 seconds. Welcome to my world, my friend. Ooh, look at that reversal. Holy moly. Wow, what's going on? Do we have news? What the fuck is going on? Let's see what's going on. Nope. No news, just a lot of vol. Look at that vol. Holy cow. This was a 71. Wow, that's a 100-point candle, guys. That is a 100-point candle. Wow, is that insane? That's a crazy, crazy move. But we are higher lows, right? So let's see if we get a dot. There we go. Comes a dot. We'll go to our well charts. We'll trade the well charts piece of it. Let's go to a different account. Basically, higher low, breakout dot, If it holds, we're trading it. If it doesn't, we're not. Oh, big reversal. Wow, just a lot of vol. Market creating just incredible instability. And a big reversal the other way. Now we're getting a red dot here. That would be if we get a red dot, that's an engulfing bearish. $11 seconds. I'm waiting to see if this turns into a dot so I can sell it. Nope, slope is still positive. That's why it's not a dot. Next one. Neither long nor short. We're waiting to see if we get a signal. Bullish engulfing, 25 seconds left. Let's see what it wants to do. All right, we're long. Big move. Big move. Come on, up, done. All right, nice. Nice. Took that clip, make it rip. A lot of vol, just a huge amount of vol on these moves, right? So we take what we can get. Now hang tight. Lux Algo showing me an order buy over here. I wonder what this one. Oh, this has an order block footprint. That's kind of interesting. Let's see what that one does. Nothing. It's doing nothing. What about this one? Oh, so this one has order blocks over here. This is actually like a little bit decent. Order block finder. Okay. Oh, buy signal over here. 28 seconds left. Pretty strong. We definitely want to trade that. Maybe we'll trade it in the 50 account. All right, long here. Boom. That was super fast. You saw that? Another big pop. Again, just sorry, I'm looking at this. That was using Lux Algo over here as a buy signal, but also I'm actually curious. What about mine? Mine is only over here. It's not showing me anything over here. That's interesting. I wonder why it's not showing me. No. It's a sell block over here, but nothing here. All right, so here we go. Red dot. I was looking at a possible red dot against a buy order block over here, which is another one of those let's buy them versus let's sell them type of trades. Let's put it over here on well charts, maybe this account. Let's see if it's going to work for us. Big sell off, big sell off, big sell off, big sell off. We're a buyer. Let's see if this is going to work for us. Boom. A little bit. All right. I wanted to take the full 20, but it did work a little bit. Yeah, and it actually worked big time. I didn't do it on my trade of 8 because I'm just trying to, you guys wanted me to trade this a little bit on well charts, but you can see. So again, first red one against a very large, buy sequence with order blocks over here was a nice pop. Hobby, you bought that with me? That was a nice clean pop. That pop was actually good for 39 to, it was like good for 20 points right then and there in less than 20 seconds. All right, let me just mute all of this for a sec. Mute my own. What about this one? I want to find, still trying to find like the right order block ones. What about Sam? Oh, I don't like his thing at all. Okay, that's kind of gross. Oh, those are like way over here. Okay, so that's not interesting. Wally says that it has the supply. Okay, so I'm going to go in here, add indicators. Type in Ninjacators. Supply and demand. Okay. It's kind of like order blocks. it does kind of match a little bit my stuff, a little bit on here. So not horrible. So that's supply, that's demand. So we can use these on Ninja, on wall charts as our guideposts. Okay. Now we're starting to sell. Now it's starting to create a sell mode. Definitely want to be on the sell side of these things. $38 seconds left. If this dot holds, we're going to sell this dot. $26 seconds. Thanks, Wally. This is useful for those of you guys who are trading well charts. All right, in the trade here, let's see if that's going to work. Oh, how do you turn these indicators off? I don't see them on my charts. Wait, how do they come off? Oh, BFF Ninjacators. Oh, there we go. So these you could there we go. Okay. So we took them off just to see how the trade starts moving. Boom, trade resolves nicely. Good job, guys. Look at this, man. We are killing it with dots and whatever you want to call it. Order blocks, supply demand zones, rectangles. Thanks, Wally. That was really helpful, actually, because I think it makes it a lot easier on well charts to kind of see where things are going. All right, cool. All right, we'll mute this a little bit. Anyways, who took that trade? That was a really good trade. We definitely killed it over here. To the downside, and now a little bit more selling into the lows here. It's a big risk, so I'm just taking it in this. It's a massive ass risk. So I didn't want to take it on my TradeAvate account, but we'll take it on this one. Let's see if we can get any kind of traction over here. What's this risk? It's like 932. Oh, it's like a 50-point risk. Ugh, I need that risk. I'm going to flatten myself out. I don't like this trade. Even if it comes back down, it's just a huge amount of risk. I thought it was going to go down, on the next candle. It doesn't. No big deal. I'd rather take the. I'll wait for the next red dot with a smaller risk if I get more downside action. There's like two components to every one of these trade considerations. One is the actual signal. Two is the signal worth taking relative to the risk it causes you, right? That's like the second question is very often the one that you don't think about, but it's actually more important in some ways than the first one. It doesn't matter if it's a good quality signal. If it's wrong, you're going to pay 3-4 times more risk than your usual risk, and it's not worth it. And like you can see it reversed completely over here. Definitely not worth it. All right, let's take a look at the boxes. Here we go. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to get this uncovered. Oh, big reversal to the downside. Big reversal to the downside. Ooh. I took a little bit of that just for a little scalp, but it was another one, huge amount of risk, and I was like, if it's not going to go down right away, I'm covering it. So it actually did go down a little bit more, but again, massive risk. You're talking about like 36. It's like 100-point candle. It's a huge reversal. Jesus, these are insanely large candles. And that's a little bit frustrating because these are really clearly good signals, but they carry so much risk inside of them that you can't take them unless you are 100% convinced it's worth the shot. Into the London session lows, New York session lows, and this big support zone. If you're looking at the wealth charts. All right, it comes a moment of truth. Do we hold this session lows, or we're going to break them lower? Remember, I said to you, I thought the market was going to go down. I was just a little bit early in my rumination. Okay, join ask. Now too low. I shouldn't have taken this trade. Let's see. All right, a little bit more scalp to the downside, but again, this is clearly going to try and bounce here. So I don't want to be playing with the shorts just yet. No, we have a big sell block here. Wow, it's finally my order block came in as a sell block. Okay. What this is telling me is that if we get a blue candle back up, I want to be short that blue candle. I want to be short the retrace. Testing the London low. Astrologer thinks we're going to bounce hard here. Yes? No? Astrologer says yes. All right, we got a blue. Boom. See? The retrace back down was perfect. I knew the blue was a sell. Not yet, but I knew the blue was like a great sell. I took that on Welchers. I should have taken more out of it, but we can always get better the more we trade that. But that was a really, really clean, clear signal. Anybody take that short with me? This is my wealth charts over the last hour. Not bad. You took it as a long? Did you manage to hang out, or did it stop you out of the lows here? All right, we're starting to build a little bit of a foundation at this 68 in front of the 50 level. Now, this is the thing that I'm going to just teach you or tell you and how I've changed my mind on the turn trades. The first dot here could or could not be, a good turn dot. Doesn't matter. I only want to trade it if I get a second higher dot. Yeah, you got stuffed out, Michael. Sorry about that. Yeah, I kept, remember, I all day long I kept telling you that whatever is the dominant block, in this case, the sell block was dominating, right? The first signal is always the bluff signal, is always the signal where you want to fade that move and bring it down. Hey, Sinister, how are you? Sinister says we need 741. We need to break the 750. Might be right that you need to break the 750. There we go. Comes the break. I think we go 28.5 today before the end of the day, but we'll see. And then maybe we rally like crazy in the afternoon, like we always do. Damn it. Sorry. I should have stayed in that trade. I just like look at that sell. This is sort of like the same thing as the order block for me, right? That sell condition over here. Well, we tested the 700. I mean, we didn't quite test 700, but we're like at 700. Just keep pressing it lower. We should just be selling every single one of these things, but I'm being a little bit cautious. Really, really stretched away from the moving average now. I try to get cute, try to buy at the low, but it's not worth it. They're still pressing it lower. It's just my bad habits of trying to buy the bottom. Always going to pay the price for this on the bounces. But I don't care. It was just tiny little trade. I'll give it a shot. Boom. I got lucky on the bounce. So we took out the bounce. That was nice. Made a little bit of money here. More selling. Look at that. Through the 700s. I'm going to just try to pick the bottom again, just for shits and giggles. See if I can get the bounce. Boom. Another pickup. Now, the only reason I'm not trading this to the downside is because this is like 6-7 dots to the to the bottom, and it's just the probability here is it's going to bounce a little bit. But those are not trades that are part of the setup. Those are just me fucking around here in the last few minutes of the session. Those are degenerate trades. Absolutely, those are all pure degenerate trades. But they work. The thing is, when you do proper trades for a very long time, like you actually do the discipline trades, doing a couple of degenerate trades doesn't hurt you that badly, because generally they're going, as long as you're doing the degenerate trades after you've done a lot of the discipline trades, you're pretty much going to be okay. It's when you start out doing degenerate trades, that's when you get into trouble. Like you really want to do, we did discipline trades all the way down, selling. And then of course, once you start, getting 6-7 dots in a row and you're starting to press the session lows, trying to buy the dips. becomes a little bit of a better play. But that's actually the case. If you're gonna be a degenerate and try to pick bottoms, you don't want to be doing them here, right? You only want to start doing them after a very, very significant, after you've already followed all your sell signals, and you're like, okay, that's enough. It's got to come back. But generally, I was right. I thought we're going to be negative. There was the sell side really, really worked. Caught some nice moves here. Yeah, look at this. Nice moves all across the board. So not bad. All green on the screen, including this, by the way, where I drove it all the way down and then brought it back up. So pretty good session today. 90% of it was on target, and you got a chance to see how the order blocks really help you read the market, like really read the market. Again, by the way, what was the right trade here? Selling the blues, right? So this is the sell block was dominating. The blue was against the order block, the red order block was a very, very easy trade to the downside. All right, guys, unfortunately, I got to run because I have a meeting with Kay. Great session today. Oh, you know what? Before we forget, let's do another Apex buy because we're going to get ready in front of the discount is going to go away today. So let's buy another intraday trail so that we can have what is this? Oh, I guess I'm not logged in. Okay. What? Okay, sorry. Yeah, I guess I've been logged out for so long that my OTP here. 585275. 5275. Okay. Yeah, let's do one more here. Be sure we use the BK save. All right, let me take this off. All right, cool. Got another account. So tomorrow we're gonna trade S&P against Nasdaq on a news trading basis. Nvidia. Tomorrow we're gonna do obviously 8 o'clock to like 10:30, and then we'll do a 3:30 to about 4:30, 4:45. The closing hour with Nvidia earnings coming out to see what we can get as far as the volatility trade goes. Okay, still drifting lower, but we're obviously starting to see a little bit of a slowdown here. But remember, against this kind of a condition, the first white dot or the first green dot is probably going to be a better sell than it is a buy. So enjoy it. Everybody have a great, great day. I'll see everybody tonight in Asia if you want to trade Asia with me on Ninja. Otherwise, everybody go get some Apex accounts before they take away the discount. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. That was a really, really fun session. We did a lot of trading today. That was good. Thank you, guys. Everybody take care. Bye-bye.